The way you hug her can change how she remembers you for years. Most men never realize that 1 second of contact can quietly decide desire or disinterest. I'm going to speak to you as a psychologist, not to flatter you, not to shame you, but to tell you the truth men are rarely taught. Attraction does not start with words. It starts in the nervous system. A hug is not a greeting. It is a signal. It tells her body whether you are safe, dominant, familiar, uncertain, or forgettable. And her body decides before her mind ever catches up. Here is the first rule you must understand before anything else. A hug is not about holding her. It is about regulating her emotional state. When a woman feels subtly grounded around you, her attraction grows without effort. When she feels rushed, squeezed, or evaluated, her defenses rise even if she smiles. Most men hug from need. They lean in too fast, wrap too tight, or hesitate halfway, broadcasting insecurity. Her nervous system reads that instantly. The hug that triggers quiet attraction is calm, slow, and deliberate. You move like someone who has nowhere else to be. Your chest arrives first, not your arms. This matters more than you think. Chest-first contact communicates presence and stability. Arms-first contact communicates wanting something. The difference is subtle, but her subconscious never misses it. Your breathing sets the rhythm. If your breath is shallow or quick, her body mirrors that tension. If your breath is slow and grounded, her body softens. You are not trying to impress her. You are letting her feel what it is like to be near a man who is settled within himself. That feeling becomes addictive because it is rare. Another truth men are not told is this: the duration of the hug matters more than the pressure. Too short feels dismissive. Too long feels invasive. The sweet spot is long enough for her nervous system to shift, but short enough to leave space. This is usually just a few seconds after contact settles. You don't count. You sense. When her shoulders drop or her breath deepens, that is your cue. You release first. Always. Releasing first tells her you are choosing the moment, not clinging to it. Notice what you are not doing. You are not rubbing. You are not squeezing. You are not trying to create chemistry through force. Chemistry happens when her body feels safe enough to respond. A grounded hug creates a small emotional imprint. Later, she won't remember the hug itself. She will remember how she felt around you, and her mind will try to explain that feeling as attraction. This is why men who say very little can be deeply desired. Their presence does the work. If you understand this rule, you stop chasing reactions. You start creating experiences. And once a woman associates your touch with calm, safety, and quiet confidence, her interest grows naturally, without persuasion, without pressure, and without you ever needing to ask for it. The second rule is about where and how your body positions itself during the hug, because attraction is strongly influenced by polarity. Polarity is the subtle contrast between grounded confidence and receptive warmth. When polarity is missing, the hug feels friendly. When polarity is present, the hug feels memorable. Most men collapse polarity without realizing it. They bend their shoulders forward, tilt their head down, or shrink their frame to seem polite. What they actually communicate is uncertainty. A woman's body interprets this as emotional instability, even if she consciously appreciates the kindness. Attraction fades not because you were respectful, but because you abandoned your center. A powerful hug begins with posture. You stand tall without stiffness. Your shoulders are relaxed, not pulled back like you are performing strength. Your spine is neutral. This posture signals internal alignment. It tells her nervous system that you are comfortable occupying space. Women are deeply responsive to men who are at ease with their own physical presence. Now let's talk about alignment. Your hips and chest face her, but your head stays upright. You are not burying your face into her neck. That action, while common, signals seeking comfort rather than offering it. When your head stays neutral, you communicate emotional leadership. You are not taking from the hug, you are containing it. Your arms matter too, but not in the way most men think. One arm settles gently around her upper back, the other lower, creating a sense of enclosure without pressure. You are not pulling her in, you are allowing her to step into you. This distinction changes everything. When she feels that she is choosing closeness rather than being drawn into it, attraction deepens because autonomy remains intact. Another mistake men make is hugging symmetrically. Two arms tight, chest pressed hard, body locked. This removes polarity and replaces it with sameness. Polarity requires contrast. Your grounded stillness allows her softness to emerge. If you move too much, adjust too often, or fidget during the hug, her body stays alert instead of melting into the moment. Here is a psychological truth that many men resist. Women respond more to what is implied than what is expressed. A hug that feels contained and controlled implies emotional maturity. It tells her you can handle closeness without losing yourself. This is incredibly attractive, especially to women who have experienced emotionally reactive or needy partners. Timing also plays a role here. You do not initiate a hug to create attraction. You initiate it when attraction already has a doorway. The hug then amplifies what is present. If you use touch to force connection, it backfires. If you use touch to deepen connection, it works effortlessly. When the hug ends, you do not step back abruptly. You create a small pause, a fraction of a second where eye contact can happen naturally or space can settle. This pause allows her nervous system to register the experience fully. Attraction often forms in the silence after contact, not during it. This rule is about leadership without dominance, presence without pressure. When you master this, your touch stops feeling ordinary. It starts feeling intentional. And intentionality is one of the most magnetic traits a man can express without ever saying a word. The third rule is about emotional timing, because the same hug can create attraction or shut it down depending on when it happens. Men often focus on technique and forget context. A woman's emotional state determines how her body interprets your touch. Ignore this, and even a well-executed hug feels wrong. A woman is most receptive to a grounding hug when her emotions are elevated but not overwhelmed. This could be after laughter, a meaningful conversation, a shared experience, or a moment of mutual understanding. Her nervous system is already open. The hug then becomes a bridge, not an interruption. When you hug her while she is distracted, stressed, or emotionally closed, her body resists even if she does not consciously object. This is why timing requires awareness, not courage. You are not proving confidence by hugging at random. You are demonstrating emotional intelligence by sensing readiness. Readiness shows up in small cues. Her body faces you fully. Her movements slow when she speaks to you. She lingers instead of rushing away. These are signals that her nervous system is available for closeness. Another truth most men miss is that attraction grows when a woman feels seen before she is touched. When you listen without interrupting, when you respond instead of reacting, her defenses lower. The hug then feels like a continuation of emotional safety rather than a sudden escalation. Touch without emotional acknowledgement feels empty. Emotional acknowledgement followed by touch feels intimate. Now let's address a subtle but critical element, the exit energy. How you end the hug determines how it is remembered. If you pull away with uncertainty or immediately fill the space with nervous talk, the moment collapses. Silence after the hug is powerful. It allows her to stay with the sensation. Many men ruin attraction by rushing to relieve their own discomfort instead of letting the moment breathe. Your facial expression matters here. You do not smile nervously. You do not seek approval. Your face remains calm, grounded, and present. This signals that closeness does not destabilize you. Women are drawn to men who can experience intimacy without needing to control it or explain it. There is also something important to understand about restraint. Attraction is not created by doing more. It is created by doing just enough and then stopping. When you hug her once with presence and restraint, her mind fills in the rest. When you overdo it, her mind shuts down. Restraint creates curiosity. Curiosity fuels desire. As a psychologist, I can tell you that many women do not consciously analyze why they feel drawn to a man after a simple hug. They just know something felt different. Their body felt calmer. Their thoughts slowed. Their sense of time shifted. These are signs of nervous system regulation, and regulation is deeply bonding. This rule is about respecting emotional rhythm. You are not trying to manufacture attraction. You are aligning with it. When you do this, your touch feels rare, not routine, and rarity increases value. Once a woman associates you with emotional safety and calm presence, attraction develops quietly but powerfully. She may not chase you, she may not confess feelings immediately, but she will think about you, and she will want to feel that calm again. The fourth rule is the one most men resist because it requires self-control rather than technique. This rule is about meaning. A hug triggers attraction not because of what you do in that moment, but because of what it represents about you. Every time you touch a woman, her subconscious asks a silent question. What does this man want from me? If the answer feels like validation, reassurance, or outcome, attraction weakens. If the answer feels like presence without demand, attraction strengthens. This is why two men can hug the same woman in the same way and leave completely different impressions. Your hug must be congruent with who you are. If your life feels chaotic, if you are chasing approval, if you are emotionally reactive, no technique will save you. Women sense incongruence instantly. A calm hug from an internally unsettled man feels hollow. A calm hug from a centered man feels grounding. The difference is not physical, it is psychological. This is why the most attractive hugs come from men who are not trying to be attractive. Their touch is not a strategy, it is an extension of their state. When you are comfortable with yourself, your body communicates it without effort. When you are not, your body betrays you no matter how carefully you follow rules. Another layer of this rule is scarcity. Not every interaction deserves a hug. When you hug every woman, every time, the gesture loses impact. When your touch is selective, it carries weight. Scarcity creates meaning. Meaning creates emotional imprint. Emotional imprint creates attraction. You also need to understand that attraction is not about escalation, it is about invitation. A powerful hug invites her nervous system closer without pushing her mind. It gives her space to want more instead of feeling managed. Women are drawn to men who allow desire to arise naturally rather than trying to pull it out of them. This is where many men sabotage themselves. They feel a good moment and immediately try to capitalize on it. They lean in too much. They extend the hug. They add extra touches. They talk too fast afterward. All of this communicates fear of loss. Fear of loss is the opposite of attraction. A grounded man trusts the moment. He allows it to exist without needing to secure it. This trust is felt deeply. It tells her that closeness with you does not come with pressure or obligation. That emotional freedom is rare, and rarity increases desire. The final piece of this rule is consistency. One good hug can spark interest. Repeated congruent presence builds attraction over time. You do not become magnetic overnight. You become magnetic by showing up the same way emotionally again